Hi, everybody. It is Saturday, the 4th of July. I haven't been on for a few days. And most of you know, I had double hernia surgery on the 30th. And I've just been really laying low because I leave on the 8th with Lyle to start our month-long tour of July. And so I've been trying to do the best recoup I can in a short period of time. I'm going to be as sensible as I possibly can be out there. I talked to the surgeon, and he said, you know, in his estimation, he says, don't, try not to lift anything heavier than 12 pounds. And I weighed my ding wall, and it's 10 pounds. So I'm comfortable with that. But I'm going to lean on all my other bandmates and friends on the road when stuff comes up, with suitcases and stuff. Just going to ask them, at least for the first 2 weeks of the tour, to help me out. I've already talked to Russ, and he said no problem. So that'll be good. But I wanted to get back into playing some music here. And one of my favorite people in the world, I've worked with him since the very early 70s. We've toured together, spent so much time together, and he is an absolute treasure in the world of songwriters. And at this point, he's also the president of ASCAP, the music publishing enterprise. And just so many things about him are really amazing. And I was digging around, and I found another album that I'd done with him that I haven't listened to this in a long, long time. So I thought I would go ahead and introduce us all to it, because it'll be a first time for me in ages too. So it's the great Paul Williams. And this album was called Back to Love Again, and it's from 1999. I'm going to read you some credits on this. We cut this both at Woodcliff Studios in Sherman Oaks, California, and Capitol Records here in Hollywood. But let me give you some credits on this, and then we'll get back to work here. Hold on just a minute. And of course, it just jumped. Here we go. We have the great C.J. Vanston doing keyboards and string arrangements and track arrangements. Craig Durgee on piano and keyboards. Dale Lawton mixing. Doug Sachs mastering. Gene Nelson is listed as a composer. Graham Nash is a guest artist and plays harmonica. J.D. Souther, God, I can't believe J.D. is gone. Composer and primary artist. Jody Cortez did drums on this. Joe Pusateri on percussion. John Townsend, background vocals. And John Vesner is listed as a composer. Jonathan Butler is a guest artist and background vocalist. Kathleen Stewart is the assistant on this. Kelly Hansen is background vocals on this. Ken Hirsch is a composer. Kenny Asher is listed as a composer. Kevin Savagar is on keyboards. Lawrence Juber on guitar. Myself on bass. Leslie Ann Jones assisting on this. I hate when it just kind of skips on its own here. Oh, hold on. Sorry. Mike Baird on drums. Michael James Jackson producing on this. I did a lot of Paul's records with Michael, and his name was Michael Jackson, so it got confusing for people. So he put in his middle name, and he's Michael James Jackson. Michelle Hart, production coordinator. Paul Williams, composer and primary artist. Richard Carpenter of the Carpenters, a guest artist. Roger Nichols, composer. Stephen Davies, composer. Let's see. Tony Phillips, mixing engineer, engineering. And Todd Culberhouse, art direction on this one. So I am going to jump back into here now and see what we've got going on. So Back to Love Again. Oh God, I haven't even plugged my speaker in. I haven't done this in a few days, and I'm completely spaced out on how to do it. God, I'm losing my mind here. Plug this into speaker there. Okay, I'm moving slow here, so we'll do this. Hold on. Nope. Hold on, I want to make sure I've got this correct. Oh, okay, so this track is called Somebody's Hero Tonight. And I just want to make sure I've got everything in order here. Okay, I guess that is it. So here we go. Paul Williams, Somebody's Hero Tonight.
Half of the time you just lie to me. Half of the time you won't say. I don't know why we go on like we do, throwing our chances away. Only a child with a broken heart, clearly in love but afraid of falling. Who's gonna love you? Well, I just might be somebody's hero tonight. You start to cry, then you turn away. So much for pretty goodbyes. You say it's time for my heart to move on, but I see something else in your eyes. Making it easy won't make it right. And where will you go when the tears start falling? Who's gonna love you? Well, I just might be somebody's hero tonight. Oh, I wanna be somebody's hero, and I wanna make everything right. Nobody else ever made me feel like I might. I just might. Turn around, baby, and look at me. I don't know what else I can say. Lay down beside me and hold me tight. We'll love all our troubles away. Even in dreams when it's dark and quiet, listen and you can hear me calling. Who's gonna love you? Well, I just might be somebody's hero tonight. Oh, I wanna be somebody's hero, and I wanna make everything right. Nobody else ever made me feel like I might. I just might be somebody's hero, and I might make everything right. 'Cause nobody else ever made me feel like I might. I just might be somebody's hero tonight. I wanna be somebody's hero tonight. I wanna be somebody's hero tonight.
He's such a great songwriter. You know, he's one of my favorites that I've worked with over the years. Here, let me play you the title track, Back to Love Again, right now. Here we go. Paul Williams.
there you are, the answer to my prayer. And unlikely as it seems, my sweetest dream is finally coming true. My faith in love restored by you, 'cause you found me with the broken hearted. You promised we would finish what our kiss had started. You took me in your arms, held me close, and then loved me back to life. You brought me back to love again. And here am I, as breathless as a child. I survived my troubled past, found love at last, and everything feels new. It's magic to be touched by you, 'cause you showed me nights of endless pleasure. You spoke to me of future love we'd make and treasure. You built my heart a nest, made it safe, and then loved me back to life. You brought me back to love again. And I believe we've loved before. In lives gone by, we're all souls back for more. Promised we would finish what our kiss had started. You took me in your arms, held me close, and then loved me back to life. You brought me back to love again.
He's one of the good ones. I'll do a couple more for you. Here's one called You're Gone.
I said hello, I think I'm broken, and though I was only joking, it took me by surprise when you agreed. I was trying to be clever, for the life of me I never would have guessed how far a simple truth would lead. You knew all my lines, and you knew all my tricks. You knew how to heal that pain no medicine can fix. And I bless the day I met you, and I thank God that He let you lay beside me for a moment that lives on. And the good news is I'm better for the time we spent together. The bad news is you're gone. Looking back, it's still surprising. I was thinking you were rising, and with a look you caught me in midair. Now I know God has his reasons, but sometimes it's hard to see them when I awake and find that you're not there. You found hope in hopeless, and you made crazy save. You became the missing link that helped me break my chains. And I bless the day I met you, and I thank God that he let you lay beside me for a moment that lives on. And the good news is I'm better for the time we spent together. The bad news is you're gone. The bad news is you're gone. And you made crazy save. You became the missing link that helped me break my chains. And I bless the day I met you, and I thank God that he let you lay beside me for a moment that lives on. And the good news is I'm better for the time we spent together. The bad news is you're gone.
Nice arrangement on that one. It's really great. I'll do one more here. This is quintessential Paul Williams here. This is a song called I Won't Last a Day Without You. You'll probably recognize this one. And Paul's just, he's just, and it was such a good family too. Mentor Williams, his brother, wrote Drift Away for Dobie Gray. There's just a lot of talent in these couple of characters in there. It was really fun to be around the two of them. Mentor's no longer with us, but Paul still out there being Paul, which is, can't ask for more than that. Hearing pups barking. Here we go. So I won't last a day without you. But also wanted to make note, this is a duet with the great Valerie Carter, who we lost years ago, and Valerie was another one of my favorite singers, and I loved when I got to work with her, and she's one of the special ones. So here, I want to get back here. Just wanted to make note of Valerie's presence on this one. So here we go.
Day after day, I must face a world of strangers where I don't belong. I'm not that strong. It's nice to know that there's someone I can turn to who will always care. You're always there when there's no getting over that rainbow, when my smallest of dreams won't come true. I can't take all the madness the world has to give, but I won't last a day without you.
Seems to be without a friendly face. It's a lonely place.
It's nice to know that you'll be there if I need you, and you'll always smile. It's all worthwhile when there's no getting over that rainbow, when my smallest of dreams won't come true. I can't take all the madness the world has to give, but I won't last a day without you. Touch me and I'll end up singing. My troubles seem to up and disappear. You touch me with the love you're bringing. I can't really lose when you're near. When you're near, my love, if all my friends have forgotten half their promises, they're not unkind, just hard to find. One look at you and I know that I could learn to live without the rest. I've found the rest when there's no getting over that rainbow, when my smallest of dreams won't come true. I can't take all the madness the world has to give, but I won't last a day without you. When there's no getting over that rainbow, when my smallest of dreams won't come true, I can't take all the madness the world has to give, but I won't last a day without you.
So good. So that is 1997's Back to Love Again album, Paul Williams, the great Paul Williams. A lot of good stuff on this old-fashioned love song, Rainbow Connection. I mean, he's done so much stuff. And we would do different versions of songs for different albums with him too, with different artists involved and stuff. It was always fun with Paul. Actually, one of my favorite memories with Paul is when we did his first album. We did it at A&M Studios, which is now Chaplin Studios again after it became Henson Studios after A&M and gone through this. But it's now Chaplin, which was Charlie Chaplin's original studios. But we were working in there. I think we were in Studio B, and there was a big foyer outside. There was Studio A, the big room, and then Studio B in this area, and there was C, which is like where Joni Mitchell cut Blue. I mean, we worked in all of those. In A, I just finished working in there. I did Vanessa Carlton's album in there, 1,000 Miles, all kinds of stuff. But we were working, and we put in one of the days was a long, long day. And we're all kind of sitting there looking at each other, and it's like around midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning now. And we're going, man, we're getting hungry. We should probably eat something. Well, down the street on La Brea was one of Paul's favorite restaurants. And he had gone and called the owner of the restaurant. And we came walking out the door into the foyer, and they had set up this big banquet table, white linen, all silver, and put out an incredible meal for us at like 1 a.m. I mean, that's like the way Paul did things. I mean, it's really amazing. I remember being in New York with him, and we had an afternoon off. We were doing a like Main Point in my father's place, and I think it was Kenny Asher, myself, David Spinoza, and Rick Murata were the band with Paul on that. And we had an afternoon off, and we were going, God, we got time to kill. What do you want to do? And Paul goes, let's go rent a helicopter and fly around Manhattan. And we ran down to the heliport, and he leased a helicopter, and we were flying up. We flew up to the Statue of Liberty, and we're waving at people in the crown. And I mean, he's another world altogether. But so I love him dearly, and I want to wish everybody a safe 4th of July. This is really the saddest day for some people because this is the last time they're ever going to enjoy all their digits or their eyesight and things like that. Because the emergency rooms end up filled up with people that just don't get it. So please, please, please be safe. Be safe. And I'll try to get back tomorrow. And I'm just going to go chill out now. I'm just trying to take it as easy as I can and let the healing process take place. And then I'll be out there on the road starting to do all of my venue videos again, too. So I'm really excited about that. So I will talk to you later. Take good care. Happy 4th.